I
attend
should
that.
have been there.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. So sorry. But anyways, was it hard to elaborate the topic, to be live on YouTube?
The first meeting, I don't know how I can do the YouTube thing, and
Oh,
I asked if I have Bru help me, and Bru helped me a lot. It was amazing.
YouTube sucks, not gonna lie. YouTube, like breaking out breakout rooms, say it, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
but it was easy for me.
easy. All right. So keep going, introduce yourself, Lu. Share something cool about you or something ordinary,
So,
whatever.
I'm Lana, I'm 33, I live in Beraba, I'm a host here, but I'm here on Trinity about 2 years, and it was amazing for I improve my English. Um, that's me.
Oh, now something about yourself. Let's create rapport. A song that you like, a movie, a food, whatever.
Okay. Um, I like to read a romance book. I like it. I really like eat junk food.
Me too, by the way. That's nice. Really nice. All right. Thank you, Lu. You well, you. And also, plus, do you think of becoming a host here on Talk and Talk?
That's one question. I would like to know how. How can I become one?
Bruna! At the end of the meeting, I'm reaching out to Bruna, but keep going.
Okay, I need to talk to Bruna.
Yeah, but I can do it for you.
Okay, thanks. So, my name is João Marcos. I'm here Talk and Talk for, I believe, will be 3 months. And, just evolving each day. Um, you want me to describe myself? Fine. I'm 28 years old. I live in Serra, Espírito Santo. I'm graduating in psychology. I'm working as a UX/UI designer. Um, just living this dream of studying abroad. I want to make this in 2023, and that's my plan right now. Today I went to the nutritionist to better. I remember the last talking we did about food, and that was a spark on my consciousness about eating. I need to improve my healthy habits. I was really ashamed of how much weight I gained this year, and I will not blame the pandemic. It's just my fault. Then I went today, and I'm ready to make some changes, and that's it.
Tons of news. That's so nice. So, first of all, João wants to become a host. That's nice. And then we have that you went to the nutritionist, right? That's so nice. And you thinking of going abroad. Where do you want to go?
Canada. Well, that's a tough question because there's a lot of things going on. Uh, Legal stuff going on, but I intend
Mhm.
to go to Montreal, and I'm studying French as well. Of course, yeah, I wouldn't say it's my priority because I have a lot of things in my life, but yes, there's French as well.
It must be so nice being you right now. Tons of news, man. I'm so happy for you,
Sorry?
honestly. It must be so nice to be you right now because tons of news, a lot's going on in your life, like
Yeah,
positively. Just kidding,
some
but
of them. I work a lot, but it's for good cause, with a purpose.
hope so. All right. So nice, guys. Right. So before jumping to this evening's topic. Let me introduce myself quickly over here. I'm Melissa, but you can call me Mel. I'm 20 years old. I'm based in São Paulo. I don't have children. I live with my solo mom and my grandparents. And by the way, I'm taking a course on UX design, which I'm so freaking happy because I am loving it, really loving it. Like, I have really wrong. Like, I have totally, I don't know, I see the world differently right now, you know? Every tiny little thing I am seeing very differently from another road view and lookouts, you know, that's been nice. And I am working on a lot of personal projects which I wanna launch as soon as possible. So it has been nice. Right.
Cool. Let's discuss it one day.
Let's like for real. Right. So good evening, YouTube and everybody out there. This evening we're talking about education, more to be more precise, innovation in education. Here we have the very second question. Was education for? And then, Lu, you that you are a teacher.
I guess it is for give you an opportunity to be a person that you want to be, that know that you want to know, that you need to know for living, for do something that you dream, and yeah, for give you opportunities, I guess.
It all comes down to opportunities. I see. Do you think the same, Ron?
Yes, yes. Education, I think it's a part of life. We only speak because we have learned how to do it, and all of the cognitive and functional, psychology is all about education. Is about learning something, and that's we are always learning, even though we are not aware of that. But okay, focusing on the institutional education. I believe that it has a purpose of, civil and development of the country. People who have the ability to contribute to society in a way and how to live in society. And it's highly important. Let's say that in technical and moral ways of learning.
Microphone. All right. Honestly, I like to think of education like in a citizenship way of things, but I totally agree with you guys. I believe it's nice to think of education in many ways from different perspectives, and thinking of education institutionally, in theory, we're supposed to be shaped. No, it's not that word. We're supposed to learn tons and tons of theories and stuff, academic stuff. Not only that, but citizenship wise. But in reality, at least where I'm come from, which is public system and stuff, is not where I've seen. But I'm not saying that all this public system is all cheesy and trash. But from my perspective, it's kind of questionable, you know? The theory is beautiful. The syllabus is beautiful. I don't know if you guys have ever got the chance to read the BNDES something like that. It's like a syllabus, you know, and the values that are jot down there are so amazing. You know, it seems like education gonna change the whole world, which does, but when we think of the public system, I don't see that, like from my experiences. So thinking of this context, I think other institutions come to play, like the private ones, like NGOs, and that's really, really nice. And another point to address would be the lifelong learning concept, you know, like those learnings that we that's not formal, but are pretty useful to our day to day and stuff. Like an example that I like to share, my grandpa. Oh my goodness, if you think of a person who has such a communication intelligence, it must be my grandpa, you know? And he went to school till what? The seventh grade, the sixth grade, something like that. My grandma, she is a leader. When it comes to leadership, my grandma just rocks it. And again, I think she got to the fourth, something like that. So I hope I was clear here. Would you guys like to share anything else on that? Yes, yes, no, 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 no. No, I'm gonna take it as a no. So that's basically it. Another thing, education, come on, it could be like a life calling, if I can say that, because education is really, really a social agent of transformation, you know. And fortunately, I've seen that a lot, not only from my living, only from my living, but another of realities that I've been keeping contact with and stuff. That's it. Moving on, guys. The third question. Describe your current or past school system in keywords. And then, João.
In keywords like
Yeah.
school, higher education, that way.
Your likings. Feel free.
Okay. So, school system, kindergarten,
All right.
elementary school, high school, faculty. I'm still on that graduation. Um, I believe that's all. I do free courses as well. For example, UX design. You were learning. I didn't have learned that from my faculty. It is just on the internet and free courses, and I'm doing all of them. You know, I have dozens of courses to be finished.
Same here. But like thinking of adjectives, let me be more precise. Boring, useful, dreadful, actually.
Useful. Most of them are useful, and even if I think on elementary school, which I don't have good memories, I believe it was important to be who I am today. When we think about school system, I have a lot of I have a lot to criticize, but I was privileged to say because I was I was taught in a private school, and even though it was from a small city, I believe I had a good education. Then I had the opportunity to study in a public school, and I was well, I could compare the disparities between the two ways of uh, schools.
All right. Do you share same experiences, Luana?
Uh, um, I don't know.
No. So elaborate on that. Why?
My school system was so weird for me because, a lot of theory, bullying, and love in the same time. And yeah, is it?
Bittersweet, right? Would you say?
Yes.
I see. Like, speaking personally and speaking of school systems, what did disturb me the most was that the grading system, I think I've developed tons and tons of blocks, if I can say that, blocks and walls when it comes to studying because of this grading system. God damn it, the worst day of my life, it was when I got a 5, and then a 4 in mathematics. And since those days, I just convinced myself that I'm not drawn to mathematics, and it was terrible because I got UCU, so I had to work on that on psychologically, So it was kind of hard, and it was all about doing exercises, and I didn't really see the hands-on, in activities. Eh, I'm talking about like the elementary time and the high school. High school, it was okay. It was okay because I studied in ETEC, and ETECs are known to be kind of better when compared to other school systems. So I'm not gonna roast at least this one, but the other one, it was like that basically it. Do you guys share the same? Feel the same? Yes. Lou.
Yes, yes, I feel the same, totally.
Yes, I never learned math, I think never you will. I think I never will learn about math.
I think that experience you have with the teacher is what defines if you're going to be good at math or no. Because when I was at the third grade, I had a teacher of math that, well, I guess she wasn't the kindest person on earth, and that was really frustrated because I couldn't do the math and the calculations with, you know, I don't know, multiplication, the tabuada. Eu não sei como fala em inglês.
Me
But
neither. Anyway,
let me search that. I'm really curious. Well,
timetable. I don't know. Times table.
so multiplication table.
Multiplication table.
So that defined me for, I don't know, to seventh grade when I had a good teacher of math. And then I started to, at the eighth grade, started to liking math and be good at it because I have this teacher. As well with physics and, all the hard science classes. I was good at it for a point, of course. Then things started to scramble because things in my life. But at that time, I have good memories because this teacher was really good at his work. She motivated the class. I think that's the main purpose of a good teacher is not only to teach something, but to make people interested in what they're saying and have this feeling of I want to understand what she's saying and I want to be part of it because she gives you this motivation and this feeling.
Man, totally agreed, 100%. Honestly, I have never thought of it like so far, but thinking of it, that's totally it. You just remind me of a Portuguese teacher that I had, Nancy, oh my goodness, is she dead? I don't know, because when I was a kiddo, she was like, I don't know, in her 70s or 60s, something like that. God damn it, I just love that teacher. And through her teaching, she totally demonstrated her true love towards Portuguese and teaching. So I really, really got into writing and liking Portuguese because of my teacher, as João well put it. And it was so nice. This what else? What else? There was another one, speaking of teachers as coaches, and professionals who the the admirable professionals who have the active listening. I remember of another teacher that I had, which is Cicero, a history teacher, and he used to compliment me a lot and coach me a lot in writing. And I bring these memories till these days. So maybe it's about coaching as well, as João puts it. That's so it. Lu, do you feel the same? Do you have any experiences to share?
Yes, first my first teacher was called Nancy, and she she was so lovely and inspired me study for be a teacher. Yes, it's it's most her is the mostly cool teacher that I have in my life.
That's so nice. By the way, on the other hand, I used to have another history teacher, and I'm not gonna name him to, I don't know, to protect him, right? LGBT and stuff. So I'm not gonna name him. It was such a terrible class in terms of approaches, I remember that he wouldn't allow the students to come in with tank tops, tank tops. I mean, not the top, but tank top, like the regata, He wouldn't allow students to have, I have no idea how do we say fichário in English, but he wouldn't allow us to have it, only notebooks, and we wouldn't be allowed to sleep as well, and we must remain in silence. That was his class, kind of militarish, and this wasn't the purpose of a tech system, so it was terrible. It was such a atmosphere that we feel constrained to share our opinions, and it was just terrible because was that passive learning who he will where the teacher will stare at the front of the class and he will talk on the teacher. He will talk, and go along with it. He's talking, and it was just a passive learning, like the students just receiving content, just receiving. I've gotten a lot off my chest right now, guys. I've just vented here, but that's it. Would you guys like to share anything else on this topic, or shall we move on? Yes, no, yes. Gonna take it to yes, we can move on.
Fichário is binder, notebook.
Binder, all right. Thank you so much. Binder, nice. Moving on. The first question. Would you say your skills have been developed by the traditional school system? And then, look.
This is difficult to answer because I don't know. I I always like to study, but I think I not developed too much, because my grades always was 8, 5, and oh my god, because not 10, and this, my self-esteem, I'm a dub, I don't know anything, and I don't cover how I forgot how content I really like to study on school.
You know what? Speaking of this grading system, the numeric one, we totally internalize it, isn't it? Like as you said, Lou, you had 8, 7, 5 and stuff. We see ourselves as a number 8. It seems like we see ourselves as number 2, as number 3 on math, on geography, or stuff, It's totally jeopardizing, internalizing this stuff. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I totally see where you're coming. You, João.
I'm not sure if my skills are developed by the traditional school system. I believe it was affected by it, but I wouldn't say it was 100%. I I'm not sure because when you say skills, you may refer to soft skills or hard skills. I believe okay, all the knowledge that I have on chemistry that I hate, it was from the traditional school system, and that kind of knowledge I wasn't supposed to have in other contexts. But thinking about social skills, I believe the school system was, the opposite, almost. It was our retraining system, how to not be yourself, how to be, just well, I would say it was the best part of my life, as I already said here. So that was impactful. That had it had its part of my life, of course, but I believe there's a lot of room for other contexts, family, friendships outside the school, and the internet, and that is of course one of the main sources of my skills.
Yep. I was vague. Disclaimer here, guys. I was kind of vague on this question. But anyways, I totally see what you mean. And one of the purposes of going to school is that you get the chance to socialize and work on these so-called soft skills, which is so nice. Come on, it is. Speaking personally, but it's something that um, tons and tons of people and kiddos are experiencing or had experienced, which is bullying. So although schools could be such a nice way to work on that soft skills organically, let me say like that, not that formally, but bullying is something, it's a thing. So as you well put it, another point is that it seems like we are kind of limited. We are not true to ourselves, in the sense that it's hard to go through the self-knowledge journey when we are like teenagers and stuff. But there is an institution that says that you have to do that and do this. I am divagating here, but I hope I am being clear. Of course, we need rules. Come on, we live in a such large group. If there were no rules, I don't know. I don't know how it could be like. But anyways, and speaking of academic school, to be honest, I had to pay off all of this with paid courses, like those prep courses, you know? So I wouldn't say that my skills were developed. I'm not gonna blame teachers, and I think I'm not gonna blame the system. No, I'm gonna roast the system because, like as we saw in the video, um, it seems it seems like the traditional system has this persona, you know, this average kid, when we all distinct, you know, we are all unique and we have our learning styles and stuff. And it seems like the grading system, for example, the system that should be a teacher at the front of the class teaching and I don't know, going through slides or something like that, it seems that doesn't encompass all the different learning styles, you know. And I just got the genuine self-knowledge like recently, you know, a self-knowledge to recognize my ways of learning and stuff, and all the ways through it. That's it. How about you guys? Would you like to say something else on that, to share your personal experience? Nope, Lou. How about you? No problem, no problem. Oh, my voice. Guys, if there's any question that you would like to answer, please let me know. Alrighty. Let me see. Question number 6. Let me skip a question here. Number 6 goes like, is there anything that you had to learn on your own? And then, João.
Yes, a lot of things. Well, my profession, I have learned from on my own at the beginning. I did some courses, but I always was a self-taught person. I always like to read books and to uh, watch videos and to research what I want to better understand about the work, and of course only about the things I like, of course. But if we think about it in a purposeful way, because there's a lot of useless information that my brains gather, um, I think the self-taught was the most part of it. And right now, I'm being honest, I'm an institution now. I'm graduating from psychology, even though I'm not followed as a career. And I always like to understand psychology even before I have started this graduation. And at some point, I was just fed up with all the. But at the beginning, I was, fascinated. Oh, I want to study all of that. Um, yeah, I understand this as a part of me who needs this sense of knowledge, who wants to, understand things. Even though I have a lot of books to read and I don't have time for that, and I'm becoming nuts with the final moments of this graduation. I have to write my thesis of conclusion. Um, that's not easy. But I believe all of my current knowledge that I'm using for my professions is self-taught.
That's nice, man. And congrats on the finals. Congrats, man. And you're doing on your own, by the way, the thesis thing.
Sorry, I couldn't understand the question.
No problem. Like you're doing on your own the thesis thing.
Thesis.
Yeah, of conclusion that you've mentioned.
Oh yes. I didn't start yet. I did the pre-project, and it was approved, and now I had to now this semester, the next actually,
Okay.
I'll finish that, and I'll start and finish it. I have 6 months to write that thesis.
Rooting for you. That's nice, man. All right. How about you, Lu? Are you a self-taught person?
Um, the beginning of my process with to learn English was by myself. I learned to cook some things by myself. I guess the mostly is it.
I see. So cooking, right? English, God damn it. How share on that, please? Elaborate on that.
I will try.
Go ahead.
But my first contact with English was at school, and I fell in love with the language. So not but I not to try to learn, really to learn. I learn something about grammar, about that stuff, and when I finish my high school, I forgot all the things about English, and the pandemic starts, and for me not freak out and get depression, something like that. I need to start something new, and I think why not English? Why not English? If I love so much English, I want to start to learn and learn. And I search a lot. I read a lot of things about grammar and FLTNT, and I started to really practice my English, and it really improved here. That's it.
What an awesome story! English Rise, that's so nice. Really. There you go. Education as a outlet. Isn't like I'm saying that, trying to say that in a positive way, And that's so way. Education totally comes to play when it comes to well-being. Come on, getting to know things and how things work, or learning another language, or whatever, insert anything here. It's just nice, really. So nice. I had no idea about this story that you just came up with. That's so nice. Emotional. Right? KKK, thank you so much. Look. We are in the six. Yeah. All right. So I had to learn a few things on my own, but I must confess that I rely on institutions as well, because learning things on one's own, it's kind of hard, setting up deadlines, looking for content, and disciplining yourself, planning things, I guess at the end of the day, I need something, I don't know, to notify me, hey, you have to do this, you got to do that, I need something pushing me. I want to get to the nirvana level and be such a self-taught 100%, but I just can't, really. It depends, actually, but it depends on the topic as well, but mostly that's what it is. Alrighty, guys, let's jump to the 9th question. This is such an interesting one, and I really want to hear it from you. 9th question. What factors contribute to school dropouts? Does education systems come to play? And then, Jerome, what are your thoughts?
Yes. There's a lot of factors that contribute to to school dropouts, social issues. Um, let's say poverty, people who need to work, people who have to take care of family, and and maybe a part is external, so look like how their lives are um, besides the school. But there are other the other part is internal, how the school system is. And if people have no motivation to stay there, if they don't believe in what they are going to do with this, then they just drop out because they have to believe that what they are being taught there, if they are being taught there, is going to change their lives in a meaningful way. It's all connected: political issues, economic issues, family issues, and the system itself. Um, I I would say that there is a one reason who causes all. Maybe if you think how the politics works and economic works and the economy, but I'm not sure. Even if you change the system of the school, there's there's problems are going to be there as well. Even if we think about modern systems of teaching, that's just one part. And the other goes as well. If you change the politics without changing the education, I'm not sure how we are going to solve a lot of issues that are political. That's a complex thing.
Totally, like 100%. And I like to start out this discussion by saying what kind of audience we are talking about, you know? Like, are we talking about the public school dropouts or the private ones? Because I believe it's totally different, you know? There are the external stuff, but the public system, the public schools dropouts, they are pretty significant, um, mainly because of work hours, as João put it, you know, and kiddos, and I'm just saying like kiddos, children aged, I don't know, 8, 10, 12, and teenagers that gotta work. If they don't have to work, they gotta take care of the household chores, and they have to prioritize that over studies, you know. And then we got to the concept or the idea that is spread in a certain groups, which studying is not, it's not going to pay off, you know. João mentioned it as well. So there are lots and lots of factors and triggers. It's like a biopsychosocial thing, you know? Tons of things comes to play. But speaking of discussion starters, I would like to come up with that. You know, what kind of audience we talking about? Do you think differently, Lu?
No, I totally agree with João and you. Poverty and you know, I guess the word is unmotivating because if you have opportunity, money for studies, and you don't have motivation, you don't take care about you, take care about what you want, because when you burn in rich environment, you don't have so much motivated, too much motivated, because my parents have money. I don't need to work for get something, and I go to school and play with someone and go back to my house. On the other hand, um, kiddos have to work for help your family, because if they don't do this, they can die without a meal.
And there you go, right? That's maybe a reason as well. I think we could spend like the whole night raising up and shedding lights on why are there dropouts, honestly. And that said, guys in the other room, how was it? We were discussing the dropout question. And then have you gotten to this question? Or I don't know, you can elaborate on that right now. Go ahead, Alessandro.
We talked about it. It was really nice. We had a lot of conversations, deep conversations, discussions about it. So it was nice. Everybody came up with a reason why, and we kind of actually agreed why people drop out. But the whole thing was really nice. I just wanted to share that we had a nice time there. That's it.
So nice. That's nice. Here, João kind of is our speaker, so he shed light on many, many reasons. And, it was like such a great discussion. We shared tons of personal things as well, Marcos, would you like to say anything?
No.
Or no? Would you like to share? Nothing? How was the experience?
Okay, was a really good experience. My second time here, and we have good discussion about this theme, and was good, and I'm learning a lot here.
Okay, that's so nice to hear. Song to my ears. Because at the end of the day, talking talk is all about learning, and I'm not speaking of grammar or stuff stuff like that. Although we do learn a lot of vocab, but the experience that we share here, I don't know if you guys feel the same, but the thing that I like the most here on TNT is the fact that we can get in contact with different realities, and bubbles, and it's something that communities produce, which is so, so, so nice. And by the way, we are wrapping up this meeting, but by the way, Bruna, João wants to become a host. ASAP.
Hey, another one for the list.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I need to see how it works, but I'm interested and see if my schedule has a time for you. But
Good to know. Good
I'm
to
really
know.
up to play.
We've been discussing about it, but I'll let Philip know. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So guys, to wrap up this meeting, let me share a few links right here. The newbie. Dansky is the newbie, right? Dansky. I don't know.
Hello.
Hi, you were the newbie. How was the experience?
So that's nice. We talked a lot about the questions, and it was a great time. We share a lot of knowledge and life experience.
Oh,
I
that's
enjoyed
nice.
it a lot.
Good to know. Looking forward to seeing you, all of you guys, really. So let me wrap up like officially right now. I've shared with you a few links in the chat. The very first one. Aqui a gente tem o primeiro link, que é o site do TNT. Gente, Aconselho vocês darem uma olhada nesse site, porque nós temos planos pagos lá, desde aulas de inglês mesmo, a acesso às perguntas de antemão. Então, você pode ter acesso às perguntas de vários encontros entre espanhol, francês, inglês, encontros de tecnologia, encontros de mulheres. Vocês podem ter acesso ao tema uma semana antes e as perguntas. A gente tem um grupo e aí tem uns planos muito massa para vocês darem uma olhada. O segundo link é do canal do YouTube. O canal de vocês está lá. Vocês podem dar uma olhada. Curtam esses vídeos, assistam os outros vídeos e as outras talks. Se inscreva no canal e acompanhe os vídeos naquele dia que você não tá afim de comparecer ao meeting, mas se quer assistir, vão lá, tá aí. Ou aprender uma outra língua, para ser bem sincera, eu assisto os encontros de francês, acho bonito, entendo total de 0 coisas, mas acho lindo. Enfim. E o último link, super importante, survey, a pesquisa. Gente, o feedback de vocês é super importante. Feedback desde a facilitação da host aqui, da experiência que você teve para com os outros, em relação aos outros talkers, a atmosfera do meeting, se o tema foi interessante, se vocês conseguiram desenvolver bastante, se as perguntas foram interessantes, e uma coisa super importante, fiquem à vontade para compartilhar temas. Se você pensa em algum tema que seria legal para a gente conversar e os hosts elaborarem nele, por favor, fiquem à vontade para compartilhar nessa pesquisa. É anônima, ok? Anônima. E é isso, gente. That's it. Thank you so much for attending this meeting and see you. Bye,
Bye. Have a great
Alessandra,
night.
Ana,
Bye.
Bruna,
Bye.
Banda.
See you next